Okay, so I'm Chris Johnson, Vice President of Communications for the Fuller Center for Housing, and I'm here today with Courtney Fields, who is leading our bicycle adventure this year. And you have a special guest, Mark Murphy, who I take it has ridden a bicycle once or twice.
Yes, notice these paint spatters. I've worked and Courtney has no paint spatters.
I got this last week.
Yeah, we actually have a group of bicycle adventurers here this week to help us make some improvements on our Fuller Center headquarters, our quaint little headquarters. It was a neat little TLC, and these generous folks who've been on many build days before, especially this group of folks who are here. So we're glad to have them, but today we're talking about something actually more directly related to the bicycle adventure. It's a new program, and it's something about scholarships. We've never had scholarships before. What is this?
Yes, so the man sitting next to me, Mark, came to Ryan and I and had an idea to start 4 scholarships. They honor and bring memory to some of his friends who have inspired him to ride, ridden with him, and some of them have passed away recently.
That's right.
So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about.
Yeah, it was, unfortunately I've had a really difficult year of losing people. And so I thought, as I thought through how do I recognize these people for what they did for me and how I feel about them, I thought there was a common thread of cycling and my love of cycling, and Fuller Center is the way I express my love of cycling, by going on a bike adventure. And I thought, what better way to recognize them? Fortunately, one of them's still alive, so I was able to recognize him, and he knows it. So I thought, what better way to recognize him? Also, I knew a lot of my friends in my cycling club were also grieving, and this gives them a chance for some of the people we lost to recognize them and pay a little bit forward to future cyclists.
So we know why we're having the scholarships. How do they work?
So basically, we have people like Mark who are veteran riders. They come back every time because once you come on your first ride, you can't just have one. I like to say that. And this is just an opportunity to give people their first chance, their first start on a bike adventure, and specifically geared toward people who are under 26 and under. That's not a requirement, but it is like you get a perk or a benefit for being 26 and younger. Because we do struggle with recruiting riders that are young, because a lot of them are nervous at the idea of fundraising for a bike adventure.
But I mean, it sounds daunting, but most people seem to raise the funds just fine.
Yes. So we have some people who they look at the numbers and they get nervous about that, but then we have other people who know that once you reach your goal, you just keep raising it another $500 and the money keeps coming, because we all are in this fight together to make sure that people have safe, decent, and affordable housing, and you'd be surprised how many yeses you'll get opposed to no's.
Now, it's obviously not for the spring ride, which is full. So tell me about the summer rides. What do we have ahead?
Yes, so we have the first one coming up is the cross-country ride. It begins in Florida, in Amelia Island, and ends in Florence, Oregon. That's a 10-week ride. And then we have another one that is 4 weeks long. It is across the West Coast, and it begins in Seattle and ends in San Diego.
So Mark, we have these young folks come to the ride for the first time. Hopefully we'll have a bunch of them this year. What are they going to get out of this ride that maybe the first time you rode that you didn't know was coming, but it really gripped you? You know?
Well, for me, it's first the accomplishment of testing your mental and physical powers to say, can I really ride 3,700 miles cross country day in, day out, and to actually achieve that is a phenomenal feeling of confidence. The second thing is, I remember the first time I sat around 25 people I didn't know, and frankly, I wasn't sure I cared to know. At the beginning of a Fuller Center trip, I go, wow, I'm not with my posse. I'm with a bunch of strange people. Within weeks, they were my family, and what really motivated me partially to do these scholarships was doing the tour to Florida and seeing my families from the last 3 years converge in Florida. I thought, how can I share this? How can I share this with typically a young person that may not have the means? I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could stroke the check. but a 21-year-old kid probably couldn't do it. Plus, they may not have friends that are as well heeled as other people. So I thought, if there's a way I could share this joy that I get from Fuller Center, then this would be a way to do it. Just a quick footnote, the program is, the Fuller Center scholarships are good up to half of your fundraising. So in a cross country for a sub 26-year-old person, that would be up to $2,000
Wow.
to defray. So it's a fairly significant
Yes, it
gift.
is.
And part of the reason why Courtney and Ryan talked me in, because the youth component was not part of my original concept. But I think it's fitting because I was reminded, where do our new trip leaders come from? They come from the 20-somethings that fall in love and get hoodwinked into working for below poverty wages in America.
Well, we certainly appreciate folks like Courtney who come on board and really tackling the challenge, and we really appreciate your generosity in promoting this. And now, Courtney, where can they go to learn more?
So first, you need to know that the application closes on March 15th. The only requirement is that you're a first-time rider, and there are other bonus points for other categories. If you'll go to our website, it's fullercenterbikeadventure.org. You can learn more.
All right,
And
thank
for
you.
those, and I would like to add one thing, for those people that are viewing this, that are interested in starting a scholarship, feel free to reach out to me. The only requirement for a scholarship is to raise $2,000 for that scholarship, and then you can put your loved one or the person you're honoring, and you can put their bio in there, some great pictures, some great remembrances. So for those of you that are interested in starting a scholarship, it is really easy to do.
Okay, well, thank you both very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.